Well, let's start with the updates coming in from West Asia. US President Donald Trump has warned that he would broaden military strikes on Iran next week if Tehran fails to reach a deal. Well, he identified power plants and bridges, which are identified as potential targets. Now, this as US launched strikes against Iran for the fourth day in a row. The US Central Command says that the latest round was aimed at degrading Iranian capabilities used to attack commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. Now, the strikes came as US blockade on Iranian ports came into effect. Iranian state media reported explosions near the port city of Bandar Abbas, on the Gulf island of Kashmir near the Strait of Hormuz, and other locations. State news agency IRNA later said that Iranian forces launched a drone attack on a military base in Jordan that hosts American warplanes. Jordanian army had previously said it had shot down 4 missiles from Iran. Explosions were also heard in Kuwait as the Gulf nation's army said it was intercepting hostile projectiles. Iran's Revolutionary Guards have warned that attacks will continue until final victory. Fearing strikes on Israeli territory, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has warned Iran that Israel would deliver a heavy blow if attacked. Now, the strikes and counter-strikes come as Trump said he was scrapping a planned levy on ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz that he announced a day ago, replacing the fee with trade deals with the Gulf. Listen in.
All by different people, different countries, kings and emirs and all of the people that we all know and we all love, and they've been very strong partners. And they said, we'd love to do it a different way. We'd love to invest in the United States with billions and billions of dollars and continue our record setting, because there's never been a time like this with the United States, with the factories, with the plants, with everything else. And we would like to invest tremendously in the United States as opposed to charging a fee.
Well, Iran reacted with the country's Deputy Foreign Minister Kazim Garibabadi saying the US decision to renew the blockade has in a way dismantled the Islamabad memorandum. Admiral Brad Cooper, who's the head of CENTCOM, said in a statement on Tuesday that over the past 1 week, Iran had intentionally targeted civilians across the region by attacking 7 commercial ships, resulting in nearly a dozen civilian crew members killed, missing or injured. If we speak of Tuesday, according to the International Maritime Organization, Iran hit 2 ships in Hormuz, killing 2 crew members. Kuwait said one of its naval vessels was struck during an Iranian missile and drone barrage, wounding 4 crew members. The United Nations, meanwhile, has condemned the return to wider hostilities, calling it a huge setback for civilians in the region and beyond. And for more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report from New York. Listen in.
The United States has carried out more strikes against Iran and begun a blockade of Iranian ports. The focus is now shifting from the latest exchange of strikes to how far President Trump is prepared to take this conflict. In an interview with Fox News, he did not rule out deploying ground troops, even as Washington says its immediate objective is to protect commercial shipping and weaken Iran's ability to threaten the Strait of Hormuz. But analysts warn that airstrikes and a naval blockade may not be enough to secure the waterway permanently. A ground operation would dramatically raise the risk of American casualties and a wider regional war. The key question is whether this military pressure forces Iran back to the negotiating table or locks both sides into a longer and far more costly confrontation. Susan Tehrani reporting from Vancouver for WION World is One.